Yes, it's been a minute since I've uploaded, but I'm here now. Hey guys, I know the camera's crooked. Ugh. I look like shit today. I've been working on something big, so I haven't had time to do myself up. As you may have guessed, because I'm wearing my celebratory jacket, I have an announcement. I have officially got a track list for my little EP. I'm really excited to just talk about it, answer a couple questions I've been asked about it, because it's big news for me. I'm going to have a small, but an album out. The whole point of it is to have something to take to larger labels, international labels, and say, look what I've done. Now I want your help. I want to do more. It's mostly a pop, rock, and house influenced album. I take my influences from everywhere, from people like Lady Gaga, David Bowie, Liz Phair. I have so many people I want to thank for just inspiring me and inspiring my sound. I'll talk you through the 6 songs, to tell you what each one's going to sound like, or what it should sound like. Some things are subject to change. All 6 might not make it on. I hope they all do, and who knows, maybe I'll add 1 or 2 extra. I have about 70 full songs that all made the short list, but I just want to talk to you about the 6 I've picked so far. So the first track up is called Abuse It. This is a reggae pop number that starts the album off on kind of a weird foot, but I really like it. It's almost chaotic, it's very sexual, but it's not about sex. It just really sets up what the rest of it's gonna sound like. The lyrics are, like I said, very sexual, but I don't think they're too much. Next up is 123, parenthetically, Loaded Gun. This was one of the first songs I wrote for this album, and I knew right away I wanted it on. It's a pop song, but it's almost dark. It's about one crazy night I had where everyone had a little bit too much to drink and some mistakes were made. It talks about that Saturday night, about that one night a week where you can kind of get crazy, you can kind of lose it, and about being young. 1, 2, 3, obviously. Numbers. I don't know, it's really cool. It's really belty. It gets high up into the chest tone. Most of this album steers clear of falsetto other than harmonies. It's about a party. It's about that one night a week you can party, you can be young, you can be crazy, you know, I want to dance, put your hands on me. Next up is the potential title track. There's no name for this album yet, but the potential title track is Teenage Drama King. Sound familiar? This is one of the 2 ballads on the album. Both of them are back to back. This one is kind of the call to the next one's response. It really is a ballad about all the things people think about you when you kind of are this audacious performer. The celebration jacket. You know, when you are throwing yourself out there, people have a lot to say about you. You know, you're fake, you're plastic. That's kind of a theme through the whole album. People think you're fake, or people use you just for their entertainment, and they don't really care about you. I'm not famous, don't worry. Don't worry, guys, I know that. I'm not totally delusional. In my own little world, I'm kind of famous. People are, a lot of times, they're taking pictures of you, taking videos of you. They're telling you to do this and that. I'm just a person who loves to sing and put on a show. But to everyone else, I'm this big experience. I'm a dancing maniac. I'm crazy. People love you, and they're your biggest fan. But eventually, they get used to it. Your jokes get old, the tunes turn sour, the notes are flat, and people leave you. And it's kind of a look at like what everyone thinks about you, and what happens when you strip all that away. 4th up is Diamond in the Rough. This is my favorite song on the album, I would say. It's the 2nd ballad. It is the response. It is a look at just me. Like most of the songs on the album, in a minor key. But it has lots of highlights and really high up major points. I'll just speak you through the chorus, but, you know, stick with me, I'll make you a million. Pour it all on me, watch my flame burn. I love it when it's all too much, but a semi-precious life's never enough. For me, a diamond in the rough. And it's all about, even if I never make that $1 million, even if this is my one and only album, I already feel like I made it somehow. It's all about the feeling like you made it. Knowing deep down inside, knowing inside that you're that something. Like I said, it's my favorite. 5th song on the album. What an interesting one. It's called Comme des Garçons. It's going to be kind of the big club track for the album. I feel like every album that boasts being pop should have one moving track, like one big loud track. It's about another party, but this time it's about the music at a party. It's about the fashion of a party. It's about letting all the outside push you close to someone, even for a night. It's the interesting one. It doesn't really have a key. It's where the David Bowie influence comes from. It's got a lot of modulating chords. It's really cool. It'll be the hardest to produce. It's going to have a sweet beat when I'm done with it. I'm really excited for it. Originally, I wanted a 5-song, and I had to stick this one in as the second to last song, kind of the closer. Lastly, last song on the album, number 6, potentially another title track, is called Overtime. This is, I think, one of the earlier ones I wrote for this album. It was kind of a revelation. It was the first time I really wanted to write about a particular relationship I had. Or not the relationship, but the encore of that relationship. It is about that second time around. It's all about getting back together with a person. It's all about the encore performance. So that'll probably be out as a single before the rest of the EP. It's hard though, because production-wise it can go so many different directions. It could be a ballad, it could be this kind of cool R&B jam, it could be a pop song. I wrote it kind of as an R&B pop ballad, and now I'm trying to stream it down, put it into one category, and it's getting really difficult to want to figure out, because I've gotten used to her being the way she is. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. That is my walkthrough of my little EP. But for the most part, that's it. I have a 6-song EP, hopefully coming out soon-ish, in a couple months. I'm really excited, guys. If you like what you've heard about it, give it a thumbs up. If you wanna, I'm gonna be posting some of it, some of the demos, some of the acoustic stuff, just some of the early writes on this channel soon. So if you wanna hear it, just subscribe, stay tuned. Otherwise, yeah, love ya! Follow me on Twitter for more just random updates and political commentary.